The Haunebu, and I don't know if you can actually see it, but there's actually two colors of, I'll call it Luftwaffe blue, a darker and a lighter. And last I left off, I painted it a basically haze gray, just to get the darker blue-gray tone on it. And then I went in and pre-shaded most of the panel lines. I did here and there. I don't pre-shade like the entire kit, but hopefully you might be able to see it, especially on the bottom. And I try to do it, I call it a feathering. I like to go in, and I don't like to be precise when you spray it. I've seen a lot of modelers, I mean, it's almost a work of art, seeing the pre-shade on every panel. I like it, going, even if you're out of bounds, darker on one end, lighter on the other, darker in the middle, I like it, just different tones of variation. So, I did that on the top here as well, and you might be able to see it. Different ways it's shaded. So then I took a lighter blue-gray, which is light blue RLM 76. So I took that and I basically misted it over the blue-gray, the darker color. That way, when you're going to have like darker blue-gray panels, little lighter blue-gray panels, it just gives it a different effect and tone on it. And next, I started to mask off the splinter pattern, and I got about that far on there. I want to go that route. It's not a exact pattern by no means. That just gives me a little bit of freedom, and you can go at it and have fun doing it. So it's basically going to be two grays. One's going to be gray violet, and then we're going to do basically a light green. That's the late war splinter pattern. So anyway, there is that on the Haunebu. But I wanted to show this before I get a little farther ahead, because I'm at the point where I'm going to mask the top, put one pattern down, and I want to do the bottom the same way. So I'm going to do whatever color first, just do that, and then go back in and remask for the second color. But anyway, other than that, it's really taking shape. And of course, we're at the fun stage. So after pre-shading, and I like to do a combo. I like to pre-shade, and then once I get everything painted and like the effect, I'll go back in and post-shade, just a little more weathering and more panel definition. So I like to do a combo of both when I paint. But anyway, we'll jump that bridge once we get there. But anyway, that is where I am on the Haunebu. Now, let's see, get my lights flat, make it awfully bright. The Charles P. So I got the port plug off. Got most of the hull sanded down. I had to add a little bit of red putty. Now this is where I like red putty on resin kits. I think it really bites into it. I do like the acrylic, when I say acrylic, the water-based putties. It works just as well, but red putty just a little more sturdier. I prefer, I don't have a fresh can, I prefer the two-part putty that you get like Bondo, where you get the can and the hardener. That's actually a lot better for resin, my personal opinion. But anyway, got that puttied up. I'm gonna try to get it sanded today. I gotta fix the little fin there. I gotta get that. I did find the right size styrene strip for it, so I just gotta glue that on, trim it down. We'll get that fixed up. The instructions, I have to go look on the internet. If you read the instruction, now I have there is guidelines for me to do things to it, which that's fine. No problem. But the instructions here, I mean, there's a lot of reading, and I'm more of a pictorial guy, so I'm going to have to, because I don't know my naval ships. I mean, it shows some of it, what to put on, which I will, end up following some of that. But I had to go look online and find out who built one, so I could look at the pictures. Because once I get this sanded, and I got a base coming, and I'm looking for some the pedestals, but I really don't want to do like, I know Total Navy has little pedestals to go for. I may go a different route and get a, I haven't found the exact pedestal. I know what they use. It's got to be something else, like a brass insert, you know, that they use. There's got to be other ways to make a pedestal for a ship, and I've been looking because I want to make one standard. Because a lot of people ask me for some of the pedestals and stuff, and I always like to change mine up just a little bit different, just to know that, hey, he built that. But anyway, once I get it sanded, I gotta prime it just a little bit because I need to get the superstructure on here, and I'm going to add a piece of styrene to get that squared up, and then try to get the basically, where was that? Something like that. Anyway, the instructions don't tell you where to put this stuff on, so it'd be something like that. So anyway, that's where I am on the Charles P. So there's going to be a little bit of a boring stage on this because it's just me sanding and trying to clean up a few things, and then I want to get it once I get it sanded, and I need to get it mounted. It's because I just needed something sturdy, because there's going to be a point in time once I get all the parts on, we're going to get the little tiny parts and photo etch, and I need it basically stationary so I can add it on, and I'll just have to mask off the entire base so I don't get paint on it, and then we'll go from there. But anyway, that is where I am on the Charles P. So that's what I got going on today. The Haunebu, we're getting it shaded and getting ready to put its splinter pattern on there. And the Charles P is getting a little bit of bodywork. So that's what we got going on today. So stay tuned. Next exciting episode.